Hey guys, the next X-Men review that I want to do is Beast. There are two versions of this character. There's the single-carded clamshell package version, that's this one. Then there's also the box set version, which has the lab coat and the glasses. I have that one somewhere, but I can't find it, so we're just going to talk about this one today. It's basically the exact same figure minus a lab coat and glasses, so no big deal there. He stands, if you have him standing straight up, roughly 7 inches, so the size is just about right. His articulation is kind of good and kind of bad at the same time. For the head and neck, he's got a neck joint down at the bottom, which spins around and has a pivot in there. Then his head does move on top of that joint as well. It just spins though. So you can bend his head down and spin it 2 different directions, cock it to the side, kind of do whatever you want with it, so that's good. Then he also has an opening mouth. So that's a pretty good touch too. And it's nicely sculpted. So that's one of the better points to this figure. I like that. Pretty good head sculpt. Looks like the Jim Lee version for the most part. So that's fine with me. He has no torso articulation at all. It's kind of like the Series 3 Wolverine where it's sculpted, kind of twisted, and cocked to the side. It's okay, it's not a bad sculpt, but it really limits the posability, and I prefer to have the articulation rather than to have it come sculpted and posed already. I don't care for that. Shoulder, regular ball joint shoulder. It does have fur sculpted on it, so it's pretty limited in terms of the range of motion. Regular bicep swivel at the ball joint there. Single jointed elbow. More than 90 degrees though, so that's really good. It doesn't look too bad. When it's open, the fur covers it completely. So, pretty good joint there. Wrist rotation there. His thumb is articulated just like Colossus, and his index finger is articulated individually, and then the other 3 fingers as well. And he's got that. So, really nice. Good sculpt on the fingers as well. I like those. The sculpt overall on this guy is pretty nice with the fur and everything, and then the paint app accentuates that, so the paints are pretty good too. He's got the yellow X-Men belt, which looks pretty good. Paint's pretty decent. Not the best, but it's okay. One of the problems I have though is on the legs. It's supposed to be this other part of his outfit, the underwear thingy, but it's not sculpted. They just painted it on top of the fur, which looks pretty bad. I don't care for that at all. Which brings me to my next point. Well, he does have waist articulation too, but that's not my next point. My next point is the hip articulation. It's like the Punisher figure that was in the Urban Legends box set, and that, what series was he? Series 3 maybe? Anyway, it's got the rotation forward, backward like that, which is fine. But then in order to get it to go out, it has this. And in order to have that joint, the sculpt has to be off. And it just looks really, really bad. And the only way to get the fur to line up is to bring the legs all the way out, and of course you don't want to do that all the time. And it looks bad when it's like that anyway, so really not a good joint. I'm glad they don't use that a lot. He has a thigh swivel, a cut joint, which is okay, and it lines up really nicely. But as it lines up, it makes the legs not face straight. His right leg sticks out to the side. In order to line it up, the knee joint is not facing directly forward. Same thing with this one, not as bad. It sticks out to the side just a little bit, but that's okay. I guess it's not too bad. He has a double jointed knee, which is okay because then once you bend the knees and bring the feet out, it doesn't really matter if the knees point out to the side because the feet end up pointing relatively forward, kind of like you would expect Beast. I mean, obviously they're still pointing out a little bit, but I guess it's okay. Ankle joint, shin swivel, ankle rocker, and a toe joint. So good articulation in the feet and the legs, except for the hips. It's best probably, is what I would do, is just to leave him kind of hunkered over and kind of growling or something like that, pose somewhat animal-like. And it's probably the best way to do it just because of the articulation limits and the problems that he has, especially in the hips. So that's how I would do it. And that's really the best way to make the figure look good. Otherwise, if you try to stand him up or something, it's not going to look that great. So that's what I would do. And I'm going to say to get the figure just because he's Beast and he's one of the main X-Men characters, but overall it's not a particularly outstanding figure that warrants a necessary purchase. The single-carded figure does come with a little base thing. You just put that on the wall, I guess, or on the shelf or something, and he can hang from it. But he doesn't hang from it very well, and he does have some pegs, which helps. But either way, it's just kind of a throwaway base. I don't think many people would probably use it. So there you have it. That's the review for Marvel Legends Beast. Thanks for watching. Keep an eye out for the rest of my X-Men reviews, and in the meantime, keep collecting.